we're going to have a handout in a second to review, but I do not have one of these on there. So to answer your question, if I said use the squeeze theorem to find the limit as x approaches 0 of 5 cosine pi over x. Okay. Can I just plug 0 in?
No.
No. We don't have any limit laws for trig functions. Plus, if you put in an x, can you do pi divided by 0? No. So when we're doing the squeeze theorem, we have to start with what we know. All of these that I'm going to give you will either be a sine or cosine. And for both of those, we know both sine and cosine are always between -1 and 1. Now we are trying to turn this into that expression. So what do we change next? Okay, we change our angle, because no matter what the angle is, the high and low points don't change. Yes. In terms of the graph, what that changes is the period, how long it takes until it repeats. It doesn't change the amplitude.
You only change the outside numbers, whatever's in front of the cosine. Okay.
Because that's the amplitude.
Right.
Okay.
So now when I have a 5, I have to get this to be 5 times cosine. So the only way to do that is to take all of this times 5. Now sometimes it's a number, sometimes like we had a homework question, it was like the square root of x cubed plus x squared, you know, whatever. You're just multiplying everything by it. So -1 times 5 is -5, less than or equal to. Okay, so that means now, what do we do? So the limit as x approaches 0 of -5, less than or equal to, limit as x approaches 0, 5 cosine of pi over x, less than or equal to, limit x approaches 0, positive 5. Okay, the whole point is we're doing this because we can't evaluate the limit in the middle. But here, these are both constants. Now, they aren't always. Sometimes we have to evaluate those using our limit laws. But if the left and the right match, oh, hold on. Which they don't, because I threw a 5 up here instead of what I wanted it to be. Let me make that a 5x.
Okay.
Whoa. Alright.
So, actually, let's make it 5x squared.
Okay, calm down. I don't have space.
Okay, so then we would have really had to multiply everything by 5x squared.
Ignore how my x squared is actually a subscript.
So if that's a 5x squared and you plug in a 0, you get
0.
And over here you get
0.
So this limit is equal to
0. I was wondering how that was gonna
It
match.
wasn't. I was trying to do something with x, and then our question was asking about a coefficient, and I threw a coefficient in there.
I wasn't gonna
dropped
question
my
you
x.
though because I thought you had a plan.
No, it wasn't a very well thought out plan.
No, but a plan's a plan no matter who's planning.
It's actually magic.
This is what happens when I change my plan as I'm rolling with the problem.
I'm gonna add it.
All right. What other homework questions do we have?
On the one.
So we have quiz tomorrow over sections 1, 2, and 3. So section, well, at the beginning we were like looking at graphs and estimating limits. We were making the tables to estimate limits, and we talked about velocities. Now, would you be able to create an entire table on the quiz? Probably not. I could ask you to do some simplified math. The majority of the quiz will be the limit laws. So I'm going to give you a handout in a minute to practice all of those. So majority of the quiz is going to look like this handout. It's got a graph one on there, and it has a lot of the equations simplified. There will be one squeeze theorem on the quiz, which I just did one, and there will also be a velocity question. So let's say the height of an object.
Oh, I remember this nonsense. I don't remember how to do it. I just remember it was nonsense.
Is measured by So if I said find the average velocity between t equals 1 and t equals 3. Average velocity is another word for what?
Instant, final minus,
Slope.
slope.
Average velocity just means find the slope. Okay, I gave,
Carson's brain.
I gave you two t's. Those are like the starting of two order pairs, okay? If you're going to find slope, you need their y values, right? So we're going to plug in. So if I put in a 1, so I get negative 16 plus 80, which is
Negative 60 or positive 64.
64.
I thought you were gonna write a 5 and I was really confused.
okay. If I put in a 3,
Uh-oh. Without a calculator.
Well, it's 128 plus 16, 150. Wait, what?
well,
Negative
3
60,
squared,
negative 64, negative 64, negative
yeah,
60.
9 times
Oh wait, I forgot about the
160.
T on the 80.
Ow.
Negative 64, negative 64.
It's not because I forgot about the T on the 80.
Okay,
Yeah. So
so everybody needs to calm down. Order of operations.
So
96.
So that's 9.
Yes.
80 times 3 is 240.
You're stressed.
Negative 16 times 9.
1,
So it's 96.
144 plus 240
Yeah.
is 96.
Sorry, I got excited. I forgot how to do the problem.
So then I just want the slope between those. So y2
96
minus y1
64 over
or
3
x2 minus x1.
Let's do this math.
So we get 28 over 2 or
Would it be 32?
yeah. What did I do? What did I do? I did
Maybe you
68.
66.
I did 68 instead of
94 minus
64.
66.
So we get 16
Yes.
units. This would be, I didn't tell you if this was feet or what, but this is in feet, so it would be feet per second. Alright. Then, if I asked you for instantaneous velocity,
Oh,
Oh, that's the velocity at a given second.
yeah, like the speedometer. Like a speedometer.
Oh, yeah.
so if I asked for the instantaneous velocity at 2, what would we have to do?
Plug it in.
Okay. And back when we learned this, did we have our limit laws? So we don't have a velocity equation, so you can't just plug 2 into that. That's giving you your height. What did we have to do when we wanted instantaneous anything?
Find the.
Tables.
We did our
Oh, man.
tables.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
really?
Now, can we do a full table on the quiz without a calculator?
No.
Probably not, so I will probably give you a table, but you have to know when I say average velocity, I'm just saying find slope between 2 points.
Okay.
When I say instantaneous velocity, I'm asking what does our table approach? Okay,
So
so those are different things.
So that would be 2 from the left and the right side?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
All right.
funny.
So then I have a handout for you